We have to understand what the driver is behind why we're financially abundant and why we're not financially abundant and operating in a place of financial scarcity. With me so far? All right. So the first way to look at things is to look at it from as your financial past, your financials in the present moment, and your money's in your financial future. Hey everybody, Julie Murphy here. Spent the last 25 plus years as a financial planner in one of the top investment firms in the country. And I'm telling you, we all deserve to live exactly the life that we want to live. The challenge is that some of us believe that the money is actually the solution or the full solution to us getting there. So I want to talk to you today about how do we shift to where we want to be and on what scales are we sitting in financial abundant conversations and realities and financial scarcity, and what's your driver behind all of this, right? What's your fuel? What's your motivator? I always say that we either work things out or we act it out, and we do it through our money, through our health, or through our relationships. And before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell and like so that you can hear all these tips and tools to help you get to a life that you love. So let's get started, shall we? All right, here we go. So, number one is I want us to reframe how we look at our money. So I want you to look at it in three different ways. I want you to say, okay, this is my financial past, this is my financials in the present moment, and these are my financials in my future. So often, when it comes to the financial services field, those three different buckets are handled by completely different financial professionals. You've got your financial past are your debtors. So that's your credit card companies, your mortgage companies, your car loan companies, student loan companies, yada, yada, yada. Those are your financial past are your debts. Then you have life in the present moment. That's your cash flows. So some people have gone to online systems like Quicken or Mint, or, there's many other online services that can help you with your cash flows. And you know what? Sometimes just pen to paper might actually work easier, because on some point we have to figure out how to get your cash flows to land in your system, and swiping a credit card is not it. The third one is your financial future, and that's building up your assets. So you have typical bankers, investment professionals, or independent financial planners like myself, and we're all sitting there trying to help you build the money for your future. But here's the thing. We can't separate who we are. And most of us spend time in what I call the hybrid model. What's the hybrid model? That means you kind of teeter-totter between being financially abundant, but then also at times financially scarce. And if you've watched any of my other videos, it's because of the fact that we have two operating systems that are in our mind, in our brain. One is the conscious operating system. The other is the subconscious. And our subconscious mind is fully developed by the time we're 7 years old. And this is why the majority of us spend time on the teeter-totter. And this is why we have to understand what the driver is behind why we're financially abundant and why we're not financially abundant and operating in a place of financial scarcity. With me so far? All right. So the first way to look at things is to look at it from as your financial past, your financials in the present moment, and your money's in your financial future. Okay? So here's what happens. If you have this feeling that you are constantly being pushed into financial past, meaning like an emergency happens and you have to use your credit cards because you don't have enough savings to actually hold yourself while that emergency happens, whether it's a car breaking down or loss of a job for a few months, or your roof starts leaking in your house. Whatever that is, do you feel financially pushed? Are you pushed because you're at an employer that actually hasn't given raises in a long time, and it's pushing you more and more into a place of financial scarcity, pushing you more and more of you're creating this lifestyle and you're at these debt levels, and they're growing and growing and growing. Or do you feel like you're just kind of being lifted out of, things in your life? Like you got that job promotion super easy, and you um, wound up having a relationship where somebody helped lift your financials up, as opposed to are you in a relationship that's sucking the financial life out of you? All of these things are signs in our life of whether or not we're operating from financial scarcity or the hybrid method. Now, if you're the person who actually goes up and down in their credit card debt, and sometimes I keep a balance and sometimes I don't keep a balance, sometimes I can't get out of having a balance. And these are all the pieces that can keep us on that teeter totter, and the wrong driver is driving all your decisions. I categorize people in different places. So there's the poor, the debtors, the dreamers, accumulators, rich but empty, and then those who embody real wealth. Many of those people who are not in a place of financial independence where they're fully abundant, which means that you don't have to go to work today to pay for your lifestyle. That's the majority of people these days. If that's not you, a lot of times, many of those people that I've run into over the last 25 plus years feel like once they get to this place, everything's going to work out and everything's going to be fine. Here's the challenge. That is still financially scarce mindset. How could that be? It's financially scarce because of the fact that you think that something outside of yourself is actually going to create your happiness. And it couldn't be farther than the truth. So no matter where you are, whether you're poor, debtor, dreamer, accumulator, rich but empty, I'm here to tell you we have to weave in that happiness in whatever reality you're in today. Because without that, you will never be financially abundant, because you'll stay in your suffering cycle that is actually driven from your subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is fully developed by the time we're 7 years old. So I want you to think about all the stuff that was going on financially in the household you grew up in. Did your parents not talk about money? Did they fight about money? Was there a lack of money or an abundance of money? So don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and that like button, because I am here to get you to a place in your life where you absolutely love, so that you can live in the present moment, autopilot your financial past. You'll clean that up. That happens. It takes time, and create exactly the future that you desire. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.